Morning Stampers, Robin Mudd here with Simple Designs by Robin and Kennedy One Creations. Some of you, where I showed you all what I was doing, since I'm having a No by March, and a couple of you all have requested me to make videos on how to do it. Well, these are my clothespins. They're altered, and I haven't put the magnetics on the back of them yet. So I'll show you guys how to do that. And also, the flowers came from Michael's in the $1.50 bin. I bought those weeks and weeks and weeks ago. I bought a bunch of them, and I couldn't decide what to do with them. But you know how it is: you buy something, and then you find something to do with them. So have some coffee, sit back and relax, and I'll be glad to show you how to do it. Now, I don't measure everything exactly like some people do, but the first thing you're going to do is take your clothespins. Now, I have painted these with some Americana paint. It's like a golden color. I should have got it out here before I started, but the phone's been ringing off the hook. So I paint it with the golden color. I let it dry. I paint it on the thing that comes with the clothespins. And then I let it dry, and then I saved one to show you. And then I'm using this stamp set. It's called Moments, and it's like this. And I got it at Tuesday Morning, and I just love it. It's made by Friskers, and I just love it. And this is the one I'm going to use today. And I'm using the Memento Rosebud. And instead of taking it and putting it on here, I just dab it on like this. And then I'll take my clothespin and I'll press on it. And then there you have it. And then the other side, like this. Now, some people don't do the back of theirs, but I do because I think it looks a little bit better. Because in the package, when people turn them over, they're going to be looking at it. So I just think it makes it look a little bit better. Now, this, I've used this magnetic for something before, but I reuse stuff. If I, decide not to use something, then I'll reuse it onto something else. So this is the way that I do this. I cut this down. And you don't have to be precise. I mean, it's art. And I have to cut 5 of them, of course. So, now I'm just going to stick this on. I know that it already has sticky on it, but I like to be absolutely sure that it's going to stick. So I just add a little bit of glue just to make sure it's going to stick. Because, if something happens and it falls off, it's going to be on you. And people are going to say, man, I bought that at that crafts, fair, and it's just not very good. So your reputation, is on the line when it comes to that, because people, if they buy something from you and it doesn't last, they're going to tell their friends, and they're going to tell their friends, so the next time you're at that craft show, they're going to pass your booth up. So, and then the flowers were white. So I take my sponge. Now, this sponge is one that I had gotten at the Dollar Tree, and I cut the scrubber part off, and I use it for something else. And then I just took a piece of paper, folded it over, and stapled it. That way you don't get it all over your hands. And then I just lightly go around it just like this, just enough to give it a little umph. And then I'll go back over the edges and just make them just a little bit more dark than the other part. And then I'll decide where I'm going to put it. This one needs to be at the bottom. And you can put these anywhere you want to. I have some that I have put, you know, straight across if you want to. Then there's what it looks like. Now, as for the packaging, I learned my lesson when I was at the Bourbon Fest years ago, because if you leave things out like this, as much as I love kids, they're going to come along and they're going to want to play with them. And before you know it, things are going to get torn up. And I will not yell at a child, because I'm just not going to do that. And if they tear it up, I'll just have to fix it. But this is what it looks like. So I put my things in packages. And I get the ones. Now, if you're going to get some really good packages, you either need to order the ones from Stampin' Up, or you need to get the ones from Joann's. Now, I've got some from Michael's before. They rip down the sides, and they're just not, I don't know, maybe those were old, you know, when I got them. I don't know. But they were not very good. And what I do is I take a piece of paper and I fold it over. Like I said, I'm like the old time cooks. I don't measure anything like that. I just fold it over and I glue it with my fast fuse, or you can use any kind of glue to make it. I wouldn't suggest liquid glue per se, because it may make it buckle. But what I would do is just measure this however you want the paper, you know, however you want as big the paper to be. I can't talk this morning, for goodness sakes. And fold it over, and then you got it, and it's pretty stiff, and that way they'll stay in place. And then what I do is I open this up and I slide it down, because I want to make sure I leave the end open, because just in case somebody wants to slide a card in there, or, you know, maybe if they want to do something else, they can. At Christmas time, I will put a tag in there for them, and then that's what it looks like. But this is kind of plain, and everybody that knows me knows I don't do plain, okay? So, what I do is I will take a piece of whatever color cardstock that's in there. I will take an 8x11, or if I have scraps, you know, I'll use them. And I will take my, this is, I never can, my daisy cutter that my husband got me. You can see it has all different blade cuts around it. I will take it, or an edgelet, and cut around the edges. And then I'll take the same sponge and I'll just go over it to give it a little bit of color. And then sometimes I'll go ahead and take this and stamp it just to kind of give it a little oomph. But since today I'm going to use a piece that is like for the bottom on here, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to take my fast fuse. And like I said, I don't measure everything. So you guys will just have to, you know, decide how big you want it. And then I just lay it down there. And that's what it looks like. Now, then I will take my fast fuse. And I will put it on here just like this. And there you have it. And you can decorate it with bows or ribbons or whatever you want to do. I've had some people take the doilies, fold them over. You can take the idea and just run with it. It's not my idea. I saw it somewhere on Pinterest years ago. But take it, run with it, do whatever you want to with it. There's no mistakes to be made because it's art. Art is art, you know, and nobody's going to judge you if you make pink or purple or black or yellow or, you know, and you don't get it completely right. I mean, you know, there's no right and no wrong. So God bless you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. But please let me know why you're giving me a thumbs down. And please subscribe. Share this with your friends. The next one I think coming up will be the notepad holders. So if you guys need anything else, let me know. God bless you and have a great day.